Hello everyone and welcome to this short practice. My name is Sarah, my pronouns are she, her, and follow or subscribe to this channel for more plus size yoga videos. So we're going to do a short practice with a chair. So grab a chair. We're going to stand about 2 feet away from it. Bring our hands down by our sides, taking a breath. Maybe you want to think about engaging your butt, engaging your core. We could raise our hands up towards the sky and then hinge forward. Bring our hands down to a chair. And notice what this feels like in your back. Does it feel like your back's flat? You could look forward. You could make your legs wider if it felt better. Taking a breath. Maybe we want to come onto our forearms and seeing how that feels. You could look through your arms. If you're not on your forearms, you can still look through your arms. So you choose here. Option, if you want, take a step back with both of your feet, seeing how that feels. That changes what you feel in your back. Taking a breath. How does your legs feel in this moment? Do you feel any sensation in your legs? You can place one hand on the chair and raise the other one up towards the sky. Taking a breath here. You lower it down. You can do the same thing on the opposite side. Breathing. Thinking about our hips coming back. How does this feel? Maybe you want to take your legs really wide. If you have a belly like me, you can put it between your legs. Looking through it, taking a few breaths here. Option, if you want, to take your hands off the chair and bring them down towards the ground or towards your legs. Looking down, and then slowly bend your knees. Raise yourself up very, very slowly and come up to standing. And you could shake that out a little bit. Maybe you want to take one foot and place it on the chair. So now we have the chair we have our foot facing in front of us, and we're facing away from the chair. So the chair is like on our side, we're facing forward, and this knee is bent. So you can think about, how does it feel when your legs are there like this? What happens if we lean into the leg? What does that feel like? You could also take your hand, it's the same arm as the leg that's on the chair, place it down towards the inside of it, dangling it down towards the chair. How does that feel? I push my belly as I do that because it gets a little stuck. Option to raise up that opposite arm towards the ceiling. Bringing it down again. We can come back to stand up. Maybe this time we want to think about our butt and our hips coming back. And maybe bending into that lower knee too. How does this feel? Does this feel like a big stretch in your knee? You don't have to bend down. Just thinking about bringing those hips back. Taking a breath and then coming back to center. Maybe we want to turn our toes to face this back of the chair. We can turn our feet. I just did a little hop. You can always come out of it and put that foot back up too. Hopping is not in your thing. You don't like to jump. I don't really either. So I push my belly towards the inside of the leg and then lean into it and then come out. Maybe you can hear my chair popping as I do that. Metal. You could lean back, coming up with your heel on the bottom of the chair, toes up towards the sky. Taking a breath. And then maybe you want to point your toes and flex them so they go up towards the ceiling and alternate there. Maybe you want to come into that bent knee and then the straight leg again. And you could alternate that. And then we can lower that down. Taking our feet down, shake it out. And you're going to come to do the same thing on the opposite side. But I'm going to do it on the other chair because otherwise my back is going to be facing you. But you don't have to have 2 chairs. You just put the opposite leg up. So we have the opposite leg up onto the chair, and we can lean into it. And option to turn your toes so they are facing forward, and the chair, like the back of the chair, is on your side. So then we're leaning into that back, this leg. So we can lean into that stretch and see how that feels in our hip. We could also think about bringing one hand down towards the inside of that leg. Again, you can move your belly if you want, raising that hand up, opposite hand up towards the sky. You can also think about coming back up, sitting those hips back. And again, maybe you want to bend into that standing leg, maybe you don't. But how does that feel when you think about your hips coming back? How does that feel in your hip? Taking a breath. Maybe you want to come up, maybe you want to turn. So we're facing the chair head on, like we're facing in front of it. And we can lean into that leg a few times. Taking a breath. Maybe thinking about coming up onto the heel. So your leg's a little more straight, and you can point your toes, and you can flex them towards the ceiling. Seeing how that feels. And then maybe you want to alternate, so you can think about coming into that bend again, and then coming up onto your heel, and into the bend, and coming up onto the heel. So exploring that a few times, and you can let that go. We can shake out our legs, and we'll end with those forward folds that we did at the beginning. So coming to stand in front of your chair, maybe you want to raise your hands up. Taking a breath, you can lower them down to the chair, looking down, noticing how that feels in our back. Does our back feel straight? If we look forward. And then what happens if we take a step back? Maybe we're looking down through our arms. Does that change what we feel? Maybe you want to come down onto forearms. And look through your arms. Maybe you want to take a step back even further, thinking about your hips and butt coming back. Taking a breath. Here we can plant one hand, raise one hand up towards the sky. Taking a breath. Lowering it down, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Hands back down. And then hips up and back. Looking through those arms. And breathing here. Option if you want to bring your hands down off the chair by your feet. And then we're going to slowly bend the knees, coming back up to standing. Having your arms on by your side and taking a breath. Maybe we want to inhale our arms up. And then exhale, lowering them. Inhaling them up. Exhale, lowering them. And then shake it out. And thank you so much for this practice. I hope you enjoyed using a chair to do some standing movement and follow along for some more plus size yoga. Thanks.